What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? It is Earl Jones, the host of the Earl Jones Show. Now, you might hear some music in the background, trying a little something new, right? A little something new. And it's been a long day, and I've been trying to get this video right, trying to get the right sound, get the right blend of music and voice, just trying to, change it a little bit, right? And I'm truly grateful for even taking the risk to do that. But before we get into the conversation about President Biden's, having to send his dogs back because there was a biting incident at the White House, right? Like, I don't care if you are a Republican or a Democrat or independent or a dependent or a party or no party or a boring party or a sad party of one. Nobody wants to be separated from their pets if you are a pet lover. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Like, it really, really, really does suck. So, I admit I don't have a dog. I want a dog, but unfortunately, the things that I do in my lifestyle right now, like having a pet would not be in the pet's best interest because I just, nope, 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 nope. But before we get into that conversation from an insurance point of view, you know what question I'm going to ask you. Now, you know what I'm going to ask you. What am I going to ask you? Come on, tell me. That's right. What are you grateful for? Yes, get with it. What I want you to do is find that one thing. I want you to reach out, extend those hands, right? Grab it, pull it into your heart, hold it there. Feel it. Smile with it. Rock with it, right? Find that beat, that music that's in your soul, that's in your heart right now, and just rock with it. Maybe it's the fact that you came home and your house was clean because your kids cleaned up your house. Or they made you dinner when you came home and you've been on your feet all day and all you want to do was like come home, get out those pantyhose, get out them heels, and get you a glass of wine and sit down and just be with the family. Or maybe, your husband and you came home and your wife, she was in the mood. That's something to be grateful for because, that's a different video. That's a different video, child. Yes, it is. Because, bless America. Or maybe you're just grateful that after you paid all your bills, you still got $20 left and you was able to run up to the stove and get you a pack of ramen noodles, a thing of celery, and some hot sauce. You put it together and you was able to watch this video while you eat ramen noodles and just savor and enjoy it. You get what I'm saying? But whatever it is, I want you to hold on to it. I want you to feel it. I want you to celebrate it. Be grateful. Be grateful. Now, what I'm grateful for, in fact, I'm taking the risk of trying to get better at these videos, be it more authentic, more open, and just keep it real. Because if you were sitting in front of me, I would probably say something like that, like, what you grateful for? I probably would. I'd be like, that's what I would do. But anyway, what I'm truly grateful for is the fact that today, like, it's just been an amazing day. I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that when I bought gas at the gas station, baby, let me tell you, I was so happy. Not because, I was just happy because I'm learning about this thing about appreciating your money when it comes in, when it goes out, and recognizing that when you spend money and when you make money, there is a circle of life involved with that. Like the gas, where I got that gas station, where I got my gas from, there was a person there that was getting paid per hour. That gas I bought contributes to that person's salary, which gives that person the ability to take care of their family, right? That's the way that I'm starting to see it, right? And I was like, whoa. And I have money to buy some snacks. Hey, you can't tell me nothing. But anyway, so I'm grateful for that. Starting to see the bigger picture about this thing. I think it's called arigato your money. Arigato your money. Arigato your money. Give thanks when it comes in, when it goes out. Yes, indeed. But what's happening with President Joe Biden and his dogs, let me tell you. Now, that ain't cool. And I understand why it has to happen, right? Because but I want you all to get it too, right? Especially from an insurance point of view. Now, he's the president of the United States. He can write an executive order that says, hey, my dog's staying. Ain't nothing you can do about it. But unfortunately, if memory serves me correct, they also wrote a law called, workers' comp. And since the federal government has employees, gotta have workers' comp insurance. I don't know which agent has that policy. I'm sure they're making a nice penny off of it, right? But anyway, so now how much more are you, right? You watching this video. For example, now if you are a business owner, right, and you take your dog or your cat to work, did you check to make sure that your workers' comp will cover, if the dog bites somebody, if the cat scratches somebody? Did you check to make sure that your business owner policy covers that type of incident, a dog bite or a pet bite? It's not automatic. You need to pick up the phone and call and double check if you're taking your dog to work. I get it. You've been doing it for years, right? And nothing's ever happened. President Joe Biden didn't think his babies would, have a problem, and unfortunately they did. Personally, myself, from all the different things I read, yes, I didn't just read one source of news. I honestly think that, being in the White House was way too much sensory overload for the dogs, being around all those different types of people. And frankly, I think dogs and cats really can tell a person soul. Like, they have this innate ability to just be able to know instinctively, this person, And that could have been the case, but I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I do, if a dog does sniff and growl at somebody, the dog is sensing something. I'm just saying. It doesn't make it right. I'm just saying. Hey. So, business owners, double check, triple check your policies. Make sure that dogs and pets are covered in terms of dog bites, liability limits. You do not want to find yourself in a situation to where your dog accidentally bites an employee or bites a customer and you have no coverage. Because there's one thing that, regardless of that, whether it happens at the office or at home, your apartment, or while you're out walking dog, the whole 9 yards, if your dog bites a person or your cat scratches a person, that is a bodily injury claim. A bodily injury claim on an auto or home or business insurance, right? That is the equivalency of your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend calling you and texting you almost 24 hours a day, and you trying to start a new relationship, or you're currently in a relationship, right? Or you're getting married and they are still calling you, bugging you about a Leatherman sweater or jacket that they gave you in high school. I'm just saying. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. Number 2, right? Now, a lot of folks don't know this, but please tell me that you've added your dog to your home owner's insurance, your condo insurance, your renter's insurance. If you're a landlord and you're allowing pets on the property, did you add the fact that you're allowing dogs? Or if you're a landlord, do you require, please tell me that you require your tenants to have renter's insurance, right, whether they have pets or not. But that's a different video for the landlords and renters insurance for their tenants. Different video. But if there's dogs on the property, please tell me that you have told your insurance company you have dogs on the property. Because let me tell you, it's not automatically covered by most companies. When you add a dog, it does increase your premiums, and they need to know how many dogs do you have, and if those dogs have a history of dog bites, right? Because you are liable for the actions of your dogs. And trust me, I know of folks, I know of circumstances where people have had to pay out of pocket because it wasn't covered under their homeowner's insurance because the insurance company didn't know that they even had a dog. And we're not talking $3,000 or $4,000. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars. And here in California, dog bites are going up through the roof, right? And in some cases, they're tapping into umbrella coverage because of the dog bites. Soft tissue damage, people, from a dog bite ain't no joke. And not everybody takes care of their dogs the way that you take care of your dogs, right? So the one thing that I'm starting to recommend, because you guys know that I also do, notary work, and I go to people's houses, right? I now advise people, please put your dogs away. Please put your pets away. Do not let your pets, as much as I want to play with your pets, as much as I love playing with dogs, I love playing with cats, I love to hear a cat purr, I loved when a dog snuggles up to me, and I didn't used to. Well, actually there's a story behind that. There was this person that I once was dating, and I'm not exactly sure what was going on with his dog, but I was like, can we take your dog to the groomer a little bit more often? Needless to say, we didn't last long at all. Went over the dog, but it was in the back of my mind. Anyway, I told you I was going to start being a little bit more transparent in my videos. But so when you have guests over, right? Because you don't know anything really about that guest, that's not like a notary or your plumber or the maintenance person, just put the dogs away, put the cat away, put it in a room, let it bark until it falls asleep, or give it a toy, let it play. But whatever you do, do not let that dog out of that room while you have unfamiliar people in the house, right? Granted, I know it's your dog's place, and I know your dog wants to know everything and smell everything, and so does your cat. But you do not know how your dog is going to react. And the last thing that you need is a bodily injury claim on your homeowners or renter's insurance or condo insurance or landlord policy over a dog or cat, when you could just simply left the dog or cat in the room until that person left. Seriously, it is not worth it, because not every county is generous. Because some counties, they're very strict when the dog is aggressive, or when and we just don't want that. We do not want that. So call your insurance company, add the pet, right? Add the dog. And if you have a pit bull or a Rottweiler or what was those other breeds of dogs that are considered to be aggressive, there is liability companies out there that write policies just for those dogs. Even if they've had a dog bite before, yes, it costs money, but it's cheaper than to have to write a check for $30,000 or $40,000. I'm just giving you some numbers that I know of, right? Out of pocket. Wasn't covered by the insurance company because they didn't list the dog on the policy. And then when it came time to renew, had a very difficult time finding homeowners insurance. When I say difficult, I mean capital D, capital I, capital double F, difficult. Finding homeowners insurance. Bodily injury claims, no joke, right? And then last but not least, I'm just gonna make this personal, right? So, if I start crying, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna start crying. So when my grandmother, died in 2012, I, was devastated. I mean, there are days where I'm still devastated, and I still cannot believe that I do not have my grandmother anymore. Like, it feels so wrong and just so barbaric to think that I cannot take go get my grandmother and take her out to dinner and to a movie and just spend time with her that I've grown so accustomed to doing. But unfortunately I can't. But when I go home to visits, I go to her grave and I fight back the tears, and and I'm like, I know that you're not physically here, and I know I can talk to you anytime, Grandmama, but oh, Jesus, take the wheel. So anyway, but my grandmother had a dog of Shih Tzu named Chauncey, and Chauncey ruled the house. You hear what I'm saying? And Chauncey knew all the grandchildren, all the nieces and nephews, all the children, the whole 9 yards. And Chauncey, you walk into Chauncey's house, I mean, like, he knew our cars, he knew everything, right? Because we were always at my grandmother's house, like Christmas, things, the whole 9 yards. And so Chauncey, number one, saved my grandmother's life because somebody was trying to break into her house in the middle of the night. And my grandmother was an OG. Like, she used to carry a razor blade, between the girls very carefully and did not injure herself. That type of OG. And so finally she gets up because Chauncey's barking that much. Here's somebody at the door. She didn't ask who it was. She emptied a clip through the door. You hear what I'm saying? She sure did. And I was so proud of her. I was like, Grandma. She's like, baby, I'm not playing with these people. Try to come up in this house if you want to. You gonna go out on a stretcher because, baby, I'm from the old school. Child. So once everybody found out how much Chauncey saved my grandmother, from that person trying to break in, Chauncey then was, treated like low key. But when she died in 2012, I took Chauncey into my place in downtown St. Louis in a loft. This is why I said what I said earlier about President Biden's dogs, like sensory depth overload, because whole new environment. He's used to being out in the suburbs, with my mom, or in a quieter part of the city. I'm in a loft downtown, lots more noise, concrete floors. Like, I don't think that dog has ever walked on except for when he goes outside, right? And even then, it's like he leaps down the stairs and leaps into the grass and then leaps over the sidewalk and leaps back into the house. So, but when I took him to the veterinarian, they offered me the option to get him pet insurance. And even though he was an older dog, he was like 6 or 7 years old at the time, I got pet insurance way before I ever thought about becoming an insurance agent. I got that dog pet insurance. That pet insurance saved my family thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. It didn't cost me much, I didn't pay I don't even think I paid more than $75 a month because of the age of the dog, right? But in the end, it gave him access to healthcare, all sorts of stuff. Like, it took care of his heart medication, his flea medication. I mean, like, it took care of everything. And if it didn't, then we just had a small deductible to pay. Like, it was no big deal, right? And so I share that because if you have a pet, you love your pet, and you don't have pet insurance, child, what you doing? Like, get pet insurance for your pet. You have insurance on your cell phone. I pray in the name of my God, you got life insurance, right? If you don't, get you some. Get you some, especially doing all this crazy COVID stuff. That's a different video. In the end, Chauncey, and my grandmother, I think truly were like soulmates, because Chauncey didn't last but a few years longer after my grandmother passed away. But the veterinary insurance took care of all that too. So, if you love your pets, you're a pet owner, you consider your pet to be your baby, part of the family, get pet insurance. I don't care if you get it through work. I don't care where you get it, get it. If you're in California, I'll put a link to where you can get a quote for some pet insurance, get it. But when you guys get through watching this video, please make sure that your pets are listed on your homeowners. Homeowners, renters insurance, condo insurance, landlord insurance, mobile home insurance, right? Make sure that your pets are covered while they're at your office. If you take them to work and you it's in your business name, make sure that your workers' comp will kick in if the pet bites, a person. Make sure. And last but not least, if you do to put your pet in the car a lot, call your auto insurance and ask them to make sure that your pet is covered in the event of a car accident. It's not, because none of this stuff is automatically included. It is not automatically included. You have got to ask for it. Now, some agents may automatically include it, right, on the homeowner's insurance. I pretty much do. I just assume everybody has a dog. I just add it. right? I assume at some point you're going to get a dog, because we're not talking about that much difference in premiums at all. Not, it's like almost nothing to add a pet, but you definitely want it. And if your pet has bitten somebody and you still need coverage, if your pet is one of those dogs that people think is aggressive, which I'm just like, it's not the dog that's aggressive, it's the people that have taught the dog to be that way, right? Because dogs are just like, I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna say something. Earl, stop. Child, because some of y'all know what I was getting ready to say. But anyway, we're gonna stop, we're gonna end this video right here. So click like, click share, help get the word out. Now, some of y'all, especially you smart ones out there, y'all know exactly what I was getting ready to say, but I'm not gonna say it because I may run for office. You never know. And I can't be having these videos, be used against me. Nope, nope, nope. With that being said, child, I will talk to y'all later. I don't know where that click like is, and that click share and subscribe to the channel. I don't know where all that stuff at. It's up there somewhere. I appreciate you. And remember this, find one thing to be grateful for. Be grateful. But like Tabitha Brown says, she says, if you can't have a good day, don't go and mess up nobody else's. I'm going to say this. If you can't find one thing to be grateful for, then go volunteer at an organization. I promise you, you'll find something to be grateful for then. I'll talk to you later. Bye.